It made me question, like, oh, is he telling other women he doesn't like me and I don't want you texting other women in my house?
Standing outside of somebody's room at 4 a.m.
That's not what happened, though.
But Jen did say that.
Okay, that doesn't mean it's true. Jen makes up all the time.
What? So cool. Did you have a good time at Elise's room last night?
Jen, don't sit here and pull that bullshit on me.
You know what? Let's just finish this relationship.
The resort might be over, but how about the relationships? Have any of them actually lasted the test of time? Are they still together in the real world? Well, let's rewind to the start and kick off the tell-all as everyone begins to arrive.
The whole time I was in Tulum, Courtney was always by my side, very sweet. But the Courtney in Orlando was a little different. So things right now are not the best. They're a little rocky.
Oh no, Colt, what happened? Was Courtney not caring for you 24/7 like she did at the hospital after your injury? How dare she change? Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Courtney's take on things, isn't it? How exactly does she think Colt was after they left Mexico together? Now, while we wait for that, in the meantime, Cole arrives too. But, unlike Colt, he's not alone. But who's he with?
Will you help me?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Recently, Cole and I have gotten closer.
Hold on, what? Why are Elise and Cole arriving together? Is that a sign that he and Jen are no longer together? I mean, if by some absolute miracle they are still an item, you've got to imagine she isn't going to be best pleased to see this. Now, as if this isn't weird enough, everything gets even more uncomfortable as they all gather around together.
Is it awkward?
Yes, it is, absolutely.
Of course. Me and this guy walked around both dating the same girl for a while.
They call them Eskimo brothers, right?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Well, that's an unexpected turn of events, isn't it? It seems like time has definitely healed a few wounds. Well, there's no doubt Rob and Cole are awkward standing next to each other. At least there doesn't appear to be any outward hostility or animosity amongst them for the time being, yet. Now, thankfully, they don't have to endure each other for too long before they all head on stage. Now, immediately, you can notice a big difference. This tell-all, for the first time ever, doesn't have Shaun as the host. We've got a new lady, Suki, instead. And she kicks off proceedings by heading to Usman and asking how he's feeling in the aftermath of his time at the resort.
I was chasing this lady, she was chasing Colt.
Not used to them Western women.
Tim, I have so much opinion on that guy. He is so fake.
Usman is still having a tough time understanding why Courtney chose Colt over him. But it seems his biggest beef is with Tim. Now, it turns out this is actually something that Usman has posted about on social media. Tim has even unfollowed him. So why? Well, if you ask Tim, he claims it's just because he's cleared up his social media to only keep the people that he commonly interacts with. But you don't have to be a genius to work out there is definitely more to this story. Now, while neither goes into any more detail for now, while nothing gets resolved, Suki steers the conversation back to Courtney and Colt and how they're getting on.
We're doing good.
So you're still together?
Yeah.
Definitely have this connection that's very unique, I think. I moved in with Courtney and her parents.
Now, while they do admit that they have had some rocky moments, they have had their ups and downs, as every relationship does. Overall, they say, they are doing good. But that then raises the question, why did Colt say that things weren't the best earlier? Like, is it to do with Colt's injuries? Is there more to this as well? Like, someone just spilled the tea already. Well, hearing this, never one to miss an opportunity to have his say, especially when it's about someone he doesn't like. Tim tells us how ecstatic he is that it was Colt who won Courtney's heart, not Usman.
Just like in the movie when somebody finally knocks out the bully, Usman really disrespected Colt, so...
No, I didn't disrespect him. I did not disrespect him.
You did disrespect him.
Just unfollowed him because you were cleaning up your social media, hey? Yeah, is anyone buying that? Like, these two clearly have some strong feelings about each other. Now, Tim reminds Usman what we all saw on the beach, which is that Usman told Colt that he isn't a man and he isn't worthy of Courtney. He reminds him how, on the other show, Between the Sheets, behind Colt's back, He even took things further. He went way below the belt in a personal attack on Colt.
Right now, I look more man than him. And he has pot belly. I don't even know how you can see the penis. You know, like, the ladies have to struggle to see that dick.
Yeah, that was completely uncalled for from Usman. It was disrespectful and it was a personal attack on Colt. And while Usman does appear to see the error of his ways, well, he does try to apologise to Colt for this, Tim keeps on cutting him short. He keeps interrupting and telling him that his apologies aren't good enough.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Sorry doesn't cut it.
Now, this, Tim's interruptions, just gets Usman more fired up. So why has Tim taken this so personally? Like, why is he so offended on Colt's behalf?
It's not
Why
right on
you
you to
take
pick
our
up.
offended? You are a female
You know
and
what?
you're picking up.
You, Usman.
Oh, damn.
Sure. Mouth.
Wow, tempers really are fraying. It's probably a good thing that Usman isn't in the studio. Now, thankfully, the poor innocent screen does survive and Usman is picked up. But the argument just continues. Tim, again continuing to act as Colt's mouthpiece, insists that there's nothing wrong with Colt. He's a nice guy, he says. He's smart, and plus, he does really well with women.
He's gotten more pussy than Usman has ever thought about.
True.
Mother, you date seniors. Shut the up.
Piece of shit. Shut up. Off.
Now, the funniest part of this whole exchange is the fact that Colt is quiet throughout most of it. Like, it's clear that he just doesn't care all that much what Usman has to say. He's definitely not getting worked up. Like, at the end of the day, he's the one that got the girl, so Usman can be as bitter as he wants. He can say whatever he needs to say in order to make himself feel better. But this does now open the door to talk about Courtney and Colt's relationship. You see, since the show aired, one of the biggest problems that they've faced is Colt's exes talking about them.
They all went crazy on social media and started like, oh, he doesn't love Courtney. He's just using her for a place to stay and like medical insurance.
Now, Courtney admits that hearing all of this did give her a few doubts in the beginning. Like, their relationship had only just started. She had been hurt in the past. I was actually worried that he might have been saying things behind my back, and that might be the source of all these rumours. It might have been where they were all originating from, she admits. But that was only in the early days. I soon got over those doubts, she says. Things they are now a lot more serious between us.
So you did get to the point of I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just look at him. Usman really isn't happy about this. I mean, they might not have used the word as quickly as he likes to, but when they did eventually get to that stage, it was a lot more believable, authentic, heartfelt. But, of course, that doesn't mean that everything is sunshine and rainbows. Love or no love, trust is still an issue between them. I mean, Colt, as we all know, has a bad reputation, and it also turns out, before he appeared on Hunt for Love, he was talking to a number of other women, one of whom actually sent him flowers after learning about his injury. So Courtney was pretty clear with him. If anything's going to happen between us, if our relationship is going to grow, she said to Colt, we need to set some clear boundaries and expectations.
You're looking for exclusive relationship, you need to cut off these other women. I don't want you texting other women in my house.
So I've been trying to be respectful and close that chapter behind me.
Now, from the sounds of things, Colt actually took this very seriously. He blocked all the women that he was talking to, and he even bought himself a new phone. Like, he is clearly putting in the effort to try and make this work. But what about the other aspects of their relationship? Like, what about intimacy? Were they ever intimate at the resort?
We're kind of touching, feeling, you know, little.
I think you're getting too detailed. Do the cliff notes. Okay, yeah, he went down on me at the end.
He's right where he's doing just fine.
Wow, okay, thanks for that, Courtney. Bit too much information there for my liking. I don't need that picture in my head, thank you very much. But for as promising as their sex life appeared to be at the resort, she does go on to reveal that it hasn't been quite so good since. You see, it turns out they haven't actually fully had sex yet. Colt, it turns out, remember Colt, the guy who once had a sky-high sex drive, is currently experiencing some difficulties.
Basically as erectile dysfunction.
Well,
Oh my God, Courtney!
we don't have to say that word.
That's probably medication-induced.
Right, I'm on a lot of medication.
Now, he is on medication and he is still in pain. But he wants us to know that doesn't mean that we don't make things work in other ways. Sure, we might not be able to be fully intimate, but we make up for that by being creative, they say. Now, on this note, now knowing more about Colt and Courtney's love life than I ever needed to know, we thankfully leave them at this part of the tell-all and move on to Cole and Jennifer.
Are you still together?
Yes, still together to this day.
I'm surprised, not gonna lie.
I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, I think we all are. But did you notice what he said there? Did you notice how he phrased that? We're still together till this day, he said. It's as if he knows that today's tell-all will be their biggest challenge yet. Now, ominously, they do admit that they have had issues with communication. But they're keen to stress, while our relationship is more than just the physical, that side of it is fantastic. Thank you for asking.
She's comfortable in her own skin and in bed, and it kind of helps me loosen up and enjoy the experience with her too. And she's not afraid to ask for what she wants, and I really appreciate that.
Cole is happy, and Jen says that she is too. And while I definitely can't shake the feeling that Cole is in way over his head here, I'm surprised she hasn't eaten him alive yet. Jen does call him a quote-unquote closet freak, but she won't go into any details about what she means by that. To be honest, I probably don't want to know. If it's got Jen calling him a freak, then it must be pretty wild. Now, unable to resist the open goal in front of him, unable to resist the opportunity at having a swipe at Rob, Cole compounds Rob's misery after having to just sit and hear all of this by taking a pretty unnecessary dig at Rob.
She never went back to Rob after that, right?
Oh.
Damn.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Don't be a bitch.
Was there any need to bring that up? Did he really need to talk about Rob there? No, he didn't. And it really does seem like Cole isn't over his obsession with Rob yet. But what about Rob? Having brought him into the conversation now, how exactly does he feel about how it all played out? Well, from what he says, he sounds pretty proud of the way that he handled everything.
I tried my damnedest to not be jealous and not feel entitled to any of her time. And I was never upset at her for talking to Cole. I was there to see what was there between us.
Look, you've got to hand it to Rob. I'm not his biggest fan, but even I have to admit, he was respectful in this situation. The way that Rob handled it all only served to make Cole look even worse. Cole's approach just made him look really controlling by comparison, didn't it? But Cole maintains that that isn't fair, that isn't accurate, I'm not controlling. And I also want to make clear, he says, I wasn't following Jen around as much as she said I was either.
Standing outside of somebody's room at 4 a.m.
That's not what happened, though.
But Jen did say that.
Okay, that doesn't mean it's true. Jen makes up all the time.
What?
Wow, clearly there's trouble in paradise here. Saying the girl that you're still dating lies all the time isn't exactly the sign of a healthy, happy relationship, is it? Now, he does admit that he waited at her door once when she was mad at him just to say goodnight to her, but she wasn't in her room, he says, and he also denies that it was at 4 in the morning. So, if she wasn't in her room, where was she? Well, Tiffany says what we probably all are thinking. She was probably with Rob that night, she says. She was constantly yo-yoing between the two of you.
Do you think Jen actually enjoys watching them fight over her?
Yeah. She loves it.
No.
Yes, you do. And you played him.
Look, I fully agree with that, but why is Cole agreeing with it too? If he thinks that she played him, why is he still dating her? Now, Elise, remember, the lady that he actually came to the studio with this morning, thinks that Jen's goal all along was to control both Rob and Cole. She wanted both all to herself. She didn't want either of them speaking to any other girls, she says. But Jen doesn't agree with this. If that were the case, Jen says, then why would I have encouraged both of them to explore other connections?
I don't think encourage is the right word.
She might not have told us not to talk to other girls, but she was very...
She made it clear in another way.
Yes.
Jen's getting thrown under the bus here, and truthfully, I'm all for it. I mean, her actions at the resort, for as entertaining and dramatic as they may have been for us, the viewer, definitely do deserve some accountability too. Like, it's very significant that even Cole is now turning on her. In fact, Cole goes on to say that for as jealous as she was at the resort, her jealousy has only got worse since filming ended. She hates the fact that I'm still friends with Elise, he says. She was furious when I told her that I was spending time with Elise at the hotel, he tells us. But, hilariously, Jen's response to that is to act like she doesn't even know what he's talking about.
I told you I was going to go hang out with them. I went to Elise's room till about 10:30. I was there 30, 40 minutes.
What? You were in Elise's room last night?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. If she didn't understand that he'd spent time in Elise's room before, she does now, and Cole is now in trouble. Now, Cole tries to defend himself by saying that the plan was always for him to hang out with Tim and Tiffany too. But, as we all know, given how close those two are as friends, they apparently had some private stuff they wanted to talk about without Elise and Cole present.
That's why I was in Elise's room by myself. I tried to go to your place.
Oh.
Jen, you know this.
No.
I told you that I was going there.
Jen, rightly I've got to add, says that there's a very big difference between thinking he's hanging out with a group versus knowing that he's alone with just one woman in a hotel room. Now, Elise tries to defend Cole, right? She says that she and Cole are like siblings. But that isn't enough for Jen. Like, Jen doesn't want to hear any of that.
Shut up. I cannot listen to you with that bad tan.
You bitch. You.
Is it just me, or does Cole look like he's smiling behind his hand? If that's the case, who does that? Like, who smiles as another woman is cursing out your girlfriend? Like, don't get me wrong, it's great that he's finally got himself a spine and he's finally standing up to Jen. But if he doesn't like her anymore, as definitely seems to be the case based on today, surely the right thing to have done would have been to end things with her before this show, rather than coming on a tell-all to try and humiliate her. Like, this definitely seems like Cole is trying to get his own back here. Like, he's enjoying people ganging up on Jen way too much. But that smile of his, well, it's about to get wiped off his face in dramatic fashion.
So, Cole, did you have a good time at Elise's room last night?
Jen, don't sit here and pull that bullshit on me.
You know what? Let's just finish this relationship.
So, while Jen and Cole's relationship may have made it this far off-screen, the second they're back on camera, everything is quickly falling apart. Don't forget, all of this, and we haven't yet discussed the lies that she told him. The fact that she lied to his face and denied having slept with Rob at the resort. Yeah, that is another ticking time bomb just waiting to explode, isn't it? I can't wait for the second part of this tell-all. Something tells me the biggest fireworks, the biggest revelations are still in store.